With the snow we're seeing today, and of course we will be seeing for the next few months, and the cold temperatures that are heading in this week, it's always important to stay safe in extreme weather. But what about our furry friends? I'm here now with Christine Schellhaus with the Idaho Humane Society and her little friend Olivia. And Christine, it is something to keep in mind now because different dogs handle the weather differently based on their size and other factors, right?
That's right. Olivia here is not loving the snow and the cold so much, so she would do great with a sweater and shorter walks, but Huskies, Pyrenees, breeds like that are having the time of their lives with the snow day.
And I've seen people try the booties, like to try to keep the ice chunks out from between their pets' toes and things, but that's really kind of a dog-to-dog thing, isn't it?
It takes them a little bit of time, and I always say that their elbows forget to work when they have booties on most of the time because they stiff arm it. It's pretty funny to walk, but they can offer a lot of benefits when you're walking, protect their toes. And with the sun melt or the snow melt that's outside, depending on what kind is out there, there's some that's pretty aggravating to dogs' paws.
Yeah.
So if you wash their paws off after a walk, it's really a good way just to make sure they're nice and clean and ready to go for the next day. So,
and she doesn't like the close-ups,
No.
Apparently. She's growling a little bit when the camera gets close in there. For people who just let their dogs out, in the morning, say, open the back door and they have a fenced-in yard or whatever, probably just a good idea to keep an eye on how they're walking and don't leave them out too long.
Yeah, and definitely if you have water sources outside, check their water. Some people keep their water bowls out and they definitely need to be thawed. And if you have an outdoor dog, make sure they have shelter. It's really important. If you have concerns that someone's dogs aren't being taken care of, that maybe lives in a rural area. Some working dogs live outside and it's totally fine for them. They're usually used to the conditions, but they do need to make sure they have appropriate shelter and water.
Yeah, and probably bedding of some kind and
Absolutely.
making sure the water doesn't freeze. I mean, we're going to have temperatures down into the single digits.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
week.
really handy devices you can get for your pets so that you can help set them up for success.
And is Olivia up for adoption now?
She is. She's waiting to find her new forever home. She's a transfer from Burley, so we're proud to support rural shelters all across Idaho with medical needs and adoptions when they're full.
And how full are you now? Do you see more?
Every day is
Turn-ins?
different. We transfer about 1,500 pets a year into our shelter. So every week, every day, just depending on what's going on, we have most of our pets come from rural Idaho, from shelters that are under-resourced or they don't have the space for pets so that we can help save those animals. And then we do on occasion out-of-state transfers from pets that are facing euthanasia from the South generally.
And what does the Humane Society need this time of year to help
Donations always keep our programs running. Of course, if you have pet food, you can donate. Our pet food pantry does see an uptick of people needing assistance feeding their pets. And of course, we always want to keep those pets at home.
And what does somebody need to do if they want to adopt?
They have to come down to our adoption center. They just show up. We're open Tuesday through Sunday, and just talk to our matchmaker, and you can find out what the best fit for your pet is in your home.
And can you pre-shop in a way, online to see what pets you have there that they might be interested before coming down?
Absolutely. You can go visit our website. You can find every adoptable pet, and we have a couple pets that are available via application. They're generally few and far between, but then you can apply for those dogs that aren't at our main shelter.
And real quick, just because, so people aren't surprised, what's the fee for adopting?
It can range anywhere between $100 to $350, and that comes with spay, neuter, vaccination, microchip, and any needed work. So we do $1,000 orthopedics all the time, $100, $800 dentals, you name it, but we do that in advance to make sure we're setting up the owner and the pet for success.
That's awesome. Christine Schellhaus and Olivia, who seems like such a sweetheart, a lap dog, if you will.
For sure.
And we are going to have more of our 12 Strays of Christmas again tomorrow on the news at noon, so join us for that as well if looking for another pet to adopt.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
We'll be right back. Don't growl, Olivia.